The pronoun in an incomplete construction is primarily a writing issue. When you write a sentence and use the words than or as to create a comparison, and you don't complete the construction of the sentence, you use the form of the pronoun that would be correct if the construction were completed. For example, in the sentence, I am as tall as she. If you were to complete the construction of that sentence, it would say, I am as tall as she is tall. In that case, she is the subject and therefore is a nominative case pronoun. In the second example, we have John throws a football better than he. If I were to complete the construction of that sentence, it would read, John throws a football better than he throws a football. And again, we see a nominative case pronoun used as the subject. If I wrote the sentence to read, John throws a football better than him, what I'm saying is John throws a football better than John throws him, because him is an objective case pronoun and would be used as a direct object. In a sentence like, I like Jody better than her, what you're saying is, I like Jody better than I, subject, like her, direct object. If the sentence had read, I like Jody better than she, what you are communicating is, I like Jody better than she likes Jody. So the pronoun that you choose to complete the construction of your sentence matters in terms of what you're trying to communicate. Clear pronoun reference is when you write a sentence and the antecedent of the pronoun is not as clear as it could be. The antecedent, you will remember, is the word that the pronoun refers back to. In a sentence like, my uncle called my brother after he won the marathon, he is unclear. We don't know if it's referring back to brother or if it's referring back to uncle. It's not incorrect, it's just not entirely clear. What you want to do with these sentences is rewrite them. Now, there's no one right way of doing that. You could say, after my uncle won the marathon, he called my brother. He refers back to uncle. You could also say, equally validly, after my brother won the marathon, my uncle called him. Him refers back to brother. A very common writing style is as follows. Sentences like, in the textbook, it explains how cells divide. Let's take a look at the grammar of that sentence. Explains is the verb, it is the subject, how cells divide is a clause, and we have this prepositional phrase. You ask yourself, what is it referring back to? What is the antecedent of it? Well, if the answer is textbook, as it is in this sentence, the question becomes, well, why am I using that prepositional phrase? Let me make my sentence more direct and more clear by just using textbook as my subject. The textbook explains how cells divide. The worksheets that you're going to do are going to ask you to rewrite sentences to make them more clear. So make sure that you ask yourself whether or not your pronoun reference is clear and whether the pronoun you have chosen to complete your sentence clearly indicates what you're trying to say. Now move to eBackpack so that you can begin work on the worksheets.